Day one, the warm-up day, was quite frankly one of the most brutal riding experiences of my entire life. No, it really was the most brutal. I suspect these guys may have overestimated our skill level, and apparently it's a lot harder tomorrow. But I have to say, it's so much fun, and I'm going to sleep so well tonight.
This is what you need after one day with red cherry. These are the best painkillers you can get. Yeah, we're going to make it a bit harder for them today, I think.
Curtis, you sadist. Or was that a masochist? I've heard a bit of both from Daryl, actually, but we won't go there right now.
Yeah, yesterday was really a tough day for the guys. They've been weak this morning, but today's a beautiful day. Today we head really down through Cobbin, through the Jajucha River, up to a magnificent point called Shakini. We cross inland and go right down the coast to Beecham Wood, and then we've got some big river crossings, the Nabacha River, and we meet our team at the Bashi River for lunch, and then who knows what happens after that. We go to the Mari Gorge, down to the Haven Nature Reserve, and then to our beach house at Kocha. It's just a mind-blowing day, just a typical Wild Coast day on the bike.
Bit of a warning then from Daryl Curtis, and if he's battling to climb the hills, then you know what the other riders are going to be going through. It always looks funny. Believe me, when it's 40 degrees down in the valley, you are not loving life. The mosquitoes are biting, your legs don't reach the ground, and you look like a budgie. But sometimes it all comes together.
Today was a good one. We left an amazing hotel. I actually shouldn't have left it probably, given the damage we caused, but the first trial up a hill, none of us made it, and that's when Mike and the crew decided to really lay it on. And so there were a couple of good river crossings. The river crossings were hard, and what was even harder were the climbs afterwards. And according to many people who observed me, I did an amazing cartwheel, and the bike landed right on its head.
So this is day 3. Everybody's made it through. Boris and Dom had the biggest crashes yesterday, I think, although I had a couple of very silly fall-offs and nearly went off a bridge, but that was all quite good fun. Over to my right here is where we stayed last night, which is a house that guys lived in for 21 years. It's got no generator. You can't flush the toilet when you go for a pee. You have to leave it there till somebody does something more interesting. We had a barbecue, which was fantastic, and we all slept out on the veranda under the stars and the hugest, brightest full moon you've ever seen. There's no ambient light, so it was just phenomenal. As Nick said, you know, this is where we're going for a swim. This is this guy's view every day.
Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to spend here as we head off towards the end of this 5-day adventure with our overseas tourists, and already Africa is claiming more victims.
Bikes littering the mountainside. We really just aren't up to this.
It's a 40-degree climb up the side of that mountain, and this area is called God's Garden, and you can see why. A wild landscape that is manicured. And apparently Daryl wants to say something to us.
Daryl Curtis, one of the world's best motocross riders, and possibly the best South African I think I've ever met. Daryl, when you're riding really fast, what gear do you normally like to be in?
You know, I can like to be in maybe sometimes 3rd, sometimes 4th gear, but you know, always I like to make sure that I wear my jean pant, because if you don't got your jean pant on and you crash, yes, you're going to get full of roasties and things like that, so it can like to be bloody sore.
And you like to keep your stuffs in your bakkie, right? Or
yeah, no, I can like to have a bakkie. I got for me a Land Cruiser, would like to climb up bloody steep things like this, and it can like to wrap up all the ground and stuff like that, but yeah, can like to be bloody heavy on gas, yeah.
And yeah, we have a couple of friends back in Singapore, one of them Richie Lay and another guy Justin Sage. You heard of these boys, eh?
Richie Lay, yeah, no, I can like to hear for that guy, you know. They actually, what happened was a couple of years back, they threw him out of the country out because of, in fact, he was nearly charged with being a softcock, so we had to get rid of him because you don't want that kind of guy here, you know.
And him and Justin Sage, the rumours?
Us Dutchmans, yeah, Justin Sage, same thing, you know. He didn't fit in with the whole thing what's happening here, so they also had to give him the rubber hoof and kick him out the country out, you know. We didn't want guys like that here.
Exactly. All right, man, thank you very much.
Oh, Darryl Curtis. And on the other hand, Darryl? Into the final stages of the adventure. And we can see why overseas tourists are attracted to Africa and motorcycles. Nowhere overseas could you do something like this, riding up riverbeds in and out all day long.
Well, there we have it, the end of 5 days on the road with these mad fruits at Red Cherry. It's hard to describe what we've just been through. And now we're all kind of lubed up on Cocachinos and Bravado. It's been a phenomenal, 4 or 5 days. Bit of engine failure, a little bit of skill failure, and I think we're going to be back. Great crew, great country, great people, and certainly well beyond our skill. But there are things that we've done that we would never have had the opportunity to do if they hadn't pushed us. And this is what they do, they push us so hard to go up and down, you know, some of the most extreme things, and terrain and incline and rocks and water and mud, and you know, phenomenal. So I think this has been the trip that will define many trips. I think it's hard to beat, hard to top, and I think I'll be back. I'll be back just to prove to myself that anything's possible on these bikes, and I just hope I've got the skill to do it next time.